21 years old and a college student. So, college student at Oklahoma State University, a junior currently. This is April 2020, but given the situation that we're in with the coronavirus, he's home. So he's living at home right now. What I'm looking at is what people eat in it. Just kind of, I think that everybody is different. Their metabolism works differently, and I'm always just interested in what people eat. So this isn't necessarily a video about weight loss per se, as much as it is looking at what people eat.
Some iced coffee with creamer. Very satisfying.
So, you do the McDonald's thing, how often would you say?
I'd say, well, I've done it pretty often since we've been home. I think I ended up getting a routine of doing it basically Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I realized, like every other day, and then now on the weekend.
Okay, and so obviously right now we're in the circumstance of the whole quarantine. So when you were at school and college, how often would you, because they didn't have McDonald's on campus for you,
No,
so
we
how
did
often
not.
would you do McDonald's at school?
I'd say about the same, although the only difference was weekends I usually did go both days, just with the quarantine, since weekends we pretty much like hang out at home and stuff. It actually makes me not want to go out for it as much versus during the week it's something to go out and do. But at OSU it'd be maybe probably 4 times a week, because I'd go there like maybe Tuesday and Thursday and like the evening, and then Saturday and Sunday it's always a nice first meal, really big meal for me, and then do my thing. I'm Keto Boy, by the way. Check out my channel, Dylan Hennig, I think it's called. But yeah, the whole point with the keto diet and stuff, I get burgers, either triples or doubles. I usually just get triples. I take off the buns and then just getting the meat and cheese, and then I usually get coffee too. Mostly at McDonald's I just get like an iced latte, because when I'm at school, when I'm in my routine, I usually like to get just an iced coffee at home, brew it myself in like the morning, and then I usually give myself a latte somewhere during the day, because on campus I used to use my meal plan to like buy one somewhere, one of the coffee shops, and then on the weekend I'll get one at McDonald's.
Okay. And McDonald's is your fast food of choice?
Definitely.
All right. Oh, and what time do you usually have your first meal of the day?
Usually I have my first meal of the day around noon.
Okay.
It's not when I wake up.
Okay.
It's just when I get my first meal.
Okay.
5 triple cheeseburgers, a medium Powerade, and 2 iced lattes, large please. That'll be all. I'm also making a goatee. A little hack, keeping vitamin C in the car, so whenever I have a drink with me, I can just take 2, and I truly do this. And I'm healthy as far as I know.
So what are you doing now, Dylan?
Still going through and grading the worksheets for the other day for the college algebra class I help with.
And what are you eating?
Some cheese sticks, whole milk cheese sticks.
All right. That dessert?
Kind of just to cap off my lunch. Still a little hungry. Yeah.
Okay. And a little hair swing. So this is lunch of
Yes.
taco meat and
Taco meat beef and some nice, not plain old nacho cheese.
All right. He's got a sister
Nice,
here doing
low
some
carb, delicious. Yeah, she's painting a Bible.
painting.
Painting,
I
not
don't think you're
painting.
What, is this journaling or just
Bible journaling.
Yes,
Yes.
it's not painting.
Delicious lunch.
So a little online school or a little gaming action?
grading of my students for my class and little video game in the background action.
Okay.
Hashtag online school.
And some lunch. What'd you have?
Yes. Oh, I had the taco beef meat with the queso, and I really heated up the taco beef and by the way, it was so good. I got back to a steady number, right around 229, 230 the past few days. Just gotta step it up. Probably going to like this week or so. Get my routine going again, but it's going well. I still feel great. He's gonna do it.
Okay.
I can shut the back.
So is this schoolwork you're doing?
It is.
And also having some, what is it, ice water?
Just plain old ice water.
Having a snack at all?
I'm gonna have a snack in a minute. I'm gonna have some cheese crisps.
So these are the cheese crisps. So literally, this is just one brand. You have different brands of this.
Yeah.
But these are literally just cheese. Typical snack. Another snack might be what that you might have.
Cheese sticks, or a protein bar, or cottage cheese. And that's about it.
Okay. And so here are a couple other snacks that you might typically have: a Quest bar, or string cheese. Book he's currently reading. Highly recommend.
Very highly.
5 o'clock, and
It's 5 o'clock, and I'm going for a run
all right.
during the hottest time of the day to really get in my work.
All right.
I just did 4 sets of sit-ups and push-ups in my bedroom.
Wow. Still creepy? It's dinner time.
Dinner time, TikTok time. Just jumped in the pool. Cool off a little for my run.
Chicken.
Yes, some boneless, non-breaded chicken, delicious. Yepper.
That's a good thing that people like. They like this. It's just different, but there's just so many things that are happening right now where I keep hearing, like, it'll never be the same.
Life.
I think it's
Yeah.
time that it's an overdraft.
Listening to some Bill Simmons podcast. Little tongue post-run. Got the Jets on even. Lift it up.
Wanted a little bit of your backstory so you can share it as far as your weight goes.
And it's funny because it started with getting my wisdom teeth out because when you went with me, actually, I was just kind of surprised for some reason by my weight because it was over the last summer and I hadn't been doing a lot, kind of just been at home and all, and so it made sense in hindsight that I was eating a lot, but I weighed in at about 276 pounds and I was just surprised, but I still didn't eat super great over that summer, and I guess I was surprised, but then it was kind of a wake-up call to me whenever you got the idea of getting a scale, just to kind of, at that point, see what I weigh every day, because I had never been someone who, like, weighed myself. And I realized I'm just kind of also sort of just a numbers guy, so it's kind of cool to be able to, every time I weigh myself, look at the stats, like the phone gave with the app. It's the Renfo scale, it's called. This thing is just like a digital scale, really thin and stuff, so it's easy to take places. And I had to redo the batteries once on it, but it has a pretty good battery life. And you weigh, and then it just shows the weight right there digitally, but it goes through the app on Bluetooth, so then you don't even have to keep your phone with you, but it'll update everything. So I can see all my trends. So yeah, then I started doing that summer, and at the end of it, and then when I went back to school at OSU and got a little busier, I started to take more attention to what I eat up, because over the summer I tried some of these fasting regimens you had told me about, and I found that interesting because I felt like I was losing weight rapidly, but then with what I eat, and I don't think I have the quickest metabolism, it wasn't quite working. So fast forward again, I got the scale and I started to see the weights, and I realized weighing myself every morning holds me accountable. And so then I'm someone who is able to stay focused on like a goal like that. And so as soon as I started eating low carb, primarily started eating McDonald's actually, and then other than that started to any meal at home or anywhere else I go out, focus on trying to eat primarily meat or just limit my carbs. It was amazing. I would go down like 2 to 3 pounds per day at the beginning.
Wow.
And now I've gotten to about, today I weighed in at about 228 pounds.
Okay.
And that's almost 50 pounds
Almost
down
a
from
50
where I
pounds.
started.
Wow.
I'd say just honestly feel super good and am able to, I really like working out, and I've gotten into running and stuff now. And a recent motivation is because of the whole quarantine thing, and I used to like going to the gym and doing more like strength workouts, but I read the book you recommended me about running, and it just like was one of those kind of inspiring books, and it's kind of about running and these crazy distances people do, and I don't do any of that crazy. I wouldn't even really consider myself a runner, but I've gotten in the habit of, used to only be able to be like a mile guy, but now I kind of like to run 2 miles every night, like straight, and even maybe a little more than that. Myself doing it a little differently, like maybe doing a little less strength training at the gym, and then a couple days doing stuff that's more focused on conditioning. And then some more box jump stuff. I kind of like that. That helped me get more explosive.
All right.
If I can be honest, maybe alcohol a little bit.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm in college and like hanging out on like weekends and stuff, and I've noticed, and I think you've said that it definitely like has an impact. Even when I consume just like White Claws or like lower carb beers and try not to go crazy with it, I've noticed there's still something about alcohol that you just get like a bloated feeling after it.
Yeah.
Really. I'm kind of in my routine on campus, want to go to the gym every day. It's just more motivation to stick to the pattern of good eating too. Being at home, it's a little more difficult because, like you help me get a lot of low carb snacks, but even if I'm eating the right stuff, I may want to eat more of it. And I definitely noticed that effect on like metabolism too. If I space stuff out, I feel just more the same all the time in terms of how I feel versus if I get in a few days where I snack here and there, it's not as good.
Yeah. So it sounds like definitely you're a routine guy, that getting in a routine is helpful. And there was a book written once that suggested that you should eating the same things like over and over is helpful for a lot of people to lose weight. And I could see that. I know for me personally, I probably wouldn't do well with that because I like variety. But I think some people do well if they just kind of eat the same things and like day after day, kind of get in that pattern.
I would put myself in that category because it may seem a little bit sad and like the obsession with like wanting to go buy food somewhere, but to me there's still a little bit of like when you want like fast food, like by going to McDonald's you're fulfilling that temptation to go out to eat or whatever, and it's also really cheap. I mean, people can't deny that. But I mean, it's basically like burgers, and a good, cheesy burger always sounds good to me. And my one treat I splurge on that I told you is chocolate milk, because since it's like what I want, I can like have one thing of it. I'll find like the lowest sugar chocolate milk, have a couple on a weekend or just every other day I want it, and then I don't need anything else. But the thing is, that's like the only thing I need. I don't ever crave a variety of treats or whatever. I kind of like the idea of like a challenge, like keep going it, and so I still like when I eat, I record just in an app I have on my phone that it's not even really anything fancy. So I use one, it's like called Foodility, and it's really more of just I could do it in notes on my phone, but I've gotten in the routine, I literally just type in what I have and like put in the net carbs on it, and that just holds me accountable for this. So short-term goal, I want to get to around like 225 pounds and see how I feel, see if I could get even lighter and leaner and feeling better or whatever, or if I want to kind of stick there. But I definitely plan on at least trying to be primarily low carb to indefinitely stay like that, because again, I just feel so much better when I eat that way. People can say what they want, but I've definitely identified where my genes lie in terms of the level of metabolism I have and stuff, and I'm just not able to eat whatever I want and work it off in like activity, even though like I do consider myself fairly active. And so that's the other thing about it, is it helps me feel better when I'm doing activities and stuff like that. So indefinitely, for sure, I plan on at least primarily eating like this.
Well, but all right. Well, that's it for this edition of I guess I'm still calling it What's on Your Plate, unless I come up with something new to change it to. So, all right. Thank you, Dylan.
Yepper. Thank you.